Like he speaks to me. I don't know what you do to me. Your body like he speaks to me. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, players. Nobody's coming in. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in and see if y'all want to watch this. Nancy Pelosi's. Let's make sure my audio's in. Hello. Okay, audio's in. Might be too late at night. I guess y'all can watch the playback. Nobody's here. I was going to watch this Nancy Pelosi on CNN where she's speaking on the attack by on her husband Paul Pelosi. So she's spoken out for the first time. So Double D Mother, we're gonna go ahead and take a peek at what she said on Anderson Cooper. I have not seen the full thing, so we'll be watching this together. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And if you're watching the playback, thank you for watching the playback. Make sure you thumbs up the video. And also make sure you subscribe if you are over on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please scurry on over and subscribe to Double D Mother on YouTube. Now, honey, let's get to what's going on.
First of all, I'm so sorry for all that's happened. How is your husband doing? What does his recovery look like?
Well, thank you. Thank you for asking a new comment. He's doing okay. He is, it's the long haul, but he knows he has to pace himself. He's such a gentleman that he's not complaining, but he's also knowing that it's a long haul. He's so concerned about the traumatic effect on our children and our grandchildren. And we're concerned about the traumatic effect on him. But again, he's on a good path with excellent care from San Francisco General and his healthcare providers.
Has he been able to talk to you about what he was thinking when he woke up and found this person in the room?
We haven't quite had that conversation because any revisiting of it is really traumatizing. It was hard, and one of the hardest things was to go back into the house for him. In the entrance, which is, of course, where
the exact place
hid, and of course upstairs in the bedroom where that person made his entrance, shall we say? So we haven't, and the doctors have said, we don't want him to watch the news. We don't want him to be revisiting a lot of this, at least not now, because it will add to the trauma. And the operation was a success, but it's only one part of the recovery. The traumatic to a drastic head injury, it takes some time.
Have you been able to listen to the 911 call?
No, I haven't been able to listen to that or the body cam, any of that. No, I imagine when it is in the public domain is when I will have a chance to see it. But even then, the physician.
Do you want to hear
it? I don't think so. But I don't know if I'll have to. I just don't know. That's all a matter on the legal side of things.
There are obviously a lot of details in the affidavit, but I mean, had your husband not had the presence of mind to call 911 and be able to call 911, there's no telling what would have happened.
He was cool, and Paul's cool. He was cool. He called and with enough information, but not too much information because the guy was very threatening. He was very big. I don't know if you can see that and all. He's very big, 6'4", 260. So
the assailant. The assailant.
The assailant, and he was right there, just like a few feet away from Paul, hearing all of this. So he had to, and he saved his life. Paul saved his own life with that call because that really gave enough information to go. But
had the 911 operator not been
right.
Figured it out.
God bless her, yeah, for that, and then took it from one level of concern to another, and therefore the police came, and that's what got the police there.
Where were you when you got the news?
Well, I was sleeping in Washington D.C. I had just gotten in the night before from San Francisco, and I hear the doorbell ring and think, it's 5 something. I look up, I see it's 5. They must be the wrong apartment. No, it rings again, and then bang, 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 bang on the door. So I run to the door, and I'm very scared. I see this Capitol Police, and they said, we have to come in to talk to you. And I'm thinking, my children, my grandchildren. I never thought it would be Paul, because, I knew he wouldn't be out and about, shall we say. And so they came in at that time. We didn't even know where he was or what his condition was. We just knew there was an assault on him in our home, and now they were taking him to a hospital, which turned out to be San Francisco General, which is a leading trauma center. Thank God they went there. It wasn't the closest. We have hospitals a few blocks away. It wasn't the closest, but it was the right place to go for that.
He was actually struck in the head with the hammer.
Right on the top, in 2 places, and that's pretty awful. That's pretty awful. But the good news was when he had the operation, and we were blessed by the healthcare professionals at San Francisco General. They told us it had not pierced his brain, which could be deadly or worse.
So the hammer had not actually cracked.
Oh no, it had cracked. Yeah. Well, what they have to do is they have to take off the skull, reshape it, put it back so it isn't scratch or pierce the brain. So it's a pretty serious operation.
There's always concern about swelling also in the brain.
Always concerned that hematomas, all the rest of that. But my son Paul told me that when I got on the plane right away to come to California, but he was now out of the operation, and Paul said, "Mommy's on her way here," and Paul said, the first thing he said, "Oh, your mother's going to be very happy because the Ravens won last night."
That's what your husband said.
Yes. Yeah, we in Baltimore, my Baltimore connection. So we thought, well, okay, he's with it. He remembers they won, and obviously knows after the 49ers, my dedication to the Ravens.
You were the intended target.
Yeah.
The assailant has told police, it's in a sworn affidavit, that he wanted to take you hostage, interrogate you, break your kneecaps with a hammer if you didn't give him the answers that he wanted.
For me, this is really the hard part, because Paul was not the target, and he's the one who's paying the price. I mean, we all are, but he's the one who's really paying the price. But it's really sad, because it is a flame that was fueled by misinformation and all the rest of that, which is most unfortunate. It has no place in our democracy.
President Biden drew a line between what happened on January 6th and the attack on your husband. The president said, I quote, "The assailant entered the home asking, 'Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?' Those were the very same words used by the mob when they stormed the United States Capitol on January 6th.
That's right.
Do you draw that same line?
Absolutely. There's no question. It's the same thing. And copycat or whatever it happens to be, inflamed by the same misrepresentation. But the fact is, right now, it's time for healing. We want the country to heal. This is not a path that we can continue on. And we want people to run for office, local, in every way. And you can't say to them, you're risking the safety of your families by going forward. There are no guarantees of safety. I'm very pleased that in August, we were able to reach a place where the Sergeant at Arms informed the members of the House of an amount of money that they would have, $10,000, and have the Capitol Police come and evaluate what their needs were to make their homes safer. Because there was a recognition, where we're gone, our families are home, and that, that's scary, or even if we are home. But so we recognize that it was figured that amount of money could do what it needed to do in the homes.
But I mean, you have a large security detail. You have great protection around you. If this can happen to someone in your family, it can happen to any member of Congress's family. how does no amount of security is going to stop that? How does this stop? How does this not happen again?
Well, you would think that there would be some level of responsibility. But what you see what the reaction is on the other side to this, to make a joke of it, and really that is traumatizing too. But nonetheless, forgetting them, there has to be some healing process. And Democrats and Republicans, member of Congress, anybody could be a target, and we can't. There's no guarantee, but we can. In our democracy, there is one party that is doubting the outcome of the election, feeding that flame, and mocking any violence that happens. That has to stop.
The former president of the United States, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, others have spread stories casting doubt on what happened, fomenting conspiracy theories. What do you have to say to them?
It's really sad for the country. It's really sad for the country.
Definitely.
That people of that high visibility would separate themselves from the facts and the truth in such a blatant way. It's really sad, and it is traumatizing to those affected by it. They don't care about that, obviously, but it's destructive to the unity that we want to have in our country. But I don't have anything to say to them. I mean, we have nothing. There would be no common ground to have any conversation with them.
Is there enough common ground as Americans to try to bridge this divide and lower the temperature? Because, I mean, I think people on all sides would agree that it does not seem sustainable.
No, I completely agree with you, but I wouldn't say on all sides, because the fact is this is a one-sided assault on our democracy, an assault on the credibility, integrity of our elections and the rest. There has to be some adult supervision on the Republican side in order to say enough, but why not? We need a strong Republican Party in our country. I've said that over and over again.
You want a strong Republican Party?
Well, absolutely. GOP is a strong Republican Party, done great things for our country, and they should take pride in that instead of yielding to a cult, to a thug, actually, the way I see it. But nonetheless, really to stay with the healing part of it, I think that prayers, I mean, we have been receiving so many prayers, thousands of well-wishers with prayers for Paul's healing. And I think prayers are a unifying force. I also think that there are enough people who, while they may not legitimately be Republicans, and I respect that, are not a party to feeding the flame of violence and disunity in our country. Let me just say that it's about time. It's a time for healing, as Ecclesiastes says. Ecclesiastes says the time, and there's a time for everything. And this is a time long overdue for healing, to do so in a prayerful and respectful way, to do so open to hearing each other about the future of our country. I do believe that our democracy is in danger because of what the others are saying about undermining elections, even now as we go forward. I think that if people in our country are aware of what that challenge is, it might change
behavior on the
other side. But I do think a great deal of the healing has to come within the Republican Party itself. And it's not up to me to tell them how to shape themselves. But again, it is to have them take pride in what they have been and what they have done for our country.
If the former president, Donald Trump, runs again, do you think that healing is possible?
I really, I'm just in a place where I'm not ready to talk about what comes next. Tomorrow is a very big day for our country, where our democracy is on the ballot, our planet is on the ballot, our values are on the ballot.
How concerned are you about tomorrow?
As I said, I have heard from at least 50 of our candidates in races that are, shall we say, in some view too close to call, in our view ours, and I feel optimistic. It just depends on turnout, and I'm a former party chair, and I'm always about owning the ground and getting out the vote. And I feel confident that we're in that position. The races are close. Some of them could go one way or another. We could split it. We'll see. But it's up to the people, and whatever happens, we will respect the results of the election.
Tonight, a special edition of NBC Nightly News, the fight to the finish in the all-important midterm elections. The final blitz with just hours until the polls open, the razor-tight races with control of Congress hanging in the balance. In Pennsylvania, dead heat in the Senate battle between John Fetterman and Mehmet Oz.
Hey, players. All right. So how did y'all feel about that interview with Nancy Pelosi? Listen, I feel so sad for Nancy Pelosi. You know, in this climate, we have they just got blocked. I was just about to highlight that comment. We had somebody coming up in here. Here it is. See, this is the kind of stuff that you deal with. You have an 82-year-old man that was obviously assaulted and had skull damage, and this is the type of comments that we get into the chat. It is absolutely disgusting. And if I had a way, and I think I can, there we go. All right. So let's go back up here. As you guys heard, what she said was that she found out about this attack. She was in Washington, 5:00 in the morning. She wasn't thinking that it was Paul. She was thinking that it was some of the children, you know what I'm saying, that were some of her children or something like that. She wasn't thinking that it was Paul. And then she said one of her biggest regrets, thank you, Renee, one of her biggest regrets, one of her biggest things with this is that she was the target, but Paul actually got hurt. I believe they've been married for like 50 years or so. You know, it's just really sad, disheartening to hear. And then the fact that that people across the aisle are making fun, making jokes, doing disgusting things like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to Paul Pelosi as well as Nancy and their entire family. Healing vibes for him, speedy and fast recovery in this. I agree with her sentiments 100% when she says, you know, there has to be some type of healing. When is that healing going to come? I tell you this, tomorrow is voting day. If you have not voted, if you have not voted early, then you need to make sure that you're scurrying your ass on down there to the polls. You need to make sure that you're voting, players. It is very important that you vote and exercise your fundamental right to vote. It's very important that you do that because democracy is on the line. It's obvious. We have something so disgusting like this happen. It's very different from somebody throwing a damn beer that didn't touch you compared to someone getting hit in the head with a hammer. It's very, very sad. So everyone make sure that you go out and vote, exercise your right to vote. It's very important that you do that. You definitely vote on whatever side of the aisle that you're on. I'm hoping that you're voting blue if you're following me, but if you're not, whatever side on the aisle, just make sure that you're exercising your right to vote. But what happened to Nancy's husband, Paul Pelosi, what happened to him is disgusting. And I'm sending out healing vibes to him. Let's look at some of the comments here, and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I just wanted to come and share that with you all. She's definitely more gracious than I would be, 100%. May God continue his healing process to a healthy recovery. Virgo, thank you for that comment. The Republicans got America feeling like it's high school. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry that there was an echo. I did not hear it. But it sounds better. Sound better than it did the first time I went live. So we getting better. And I'm also not lagging. So we getting better there too. Vote them all out. 100%. 100%. Renee says y'all better get out and vote. Absolutely. It's a blue wave tomorrow. Eva says voting tomorrow. It's a blue wave. Absolutely. I want to thank y'all for joining me here tonight. I really didn't want anything. I just wanted to share that. Thank y'all on Facebook for engaging in my content. Y'all been enjoying it, and I've been enjoying and giving it to you guys. Thank y'all so much. Out there in Facebook and YouTube world. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get on out of here because it's getting a little late. Wait a minute. We got one more comment. Please, if you have not voted early, please go out and vote tomorrow. Don't listen to the rhetoric from the other side. Votes do count. Democracy and freedom are at stake. The power of the people is far greater than the people in power. 100%. 100%. Oh Lord, let's see what we got here. Demonizing our fellow Americans while using fake conspiracy theories, Putin propaganda, and culture wars to justify using violence against them is unpatriotic and helps our enemies destabilize American democracy. United we stand, divided we fall. Vote. Thank you, Scott, for that awesome comment. Thank you, Jay Suave. I've been seeing you around here, Jay. Stay around. I'm loving you. All right. So glad to see you. P.S. I voted early. Thank you, Key, and so glad to see you too. I'll be back Wednesday this week. I swear to God, I'm feeling a lot better than I did last week. So I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll probably be here tomorrow to talk. If y'all want, I might come back and we'll go over some of the election stuff that's going on tomorrow. If some of the votes come, the results come in tomorrow, I'll probably be here. Hey love, hey artist, hi my sweetheart, how are you? Federica, I'm so glad to hear that you voted early. You like the way I said Federica? I hit that R with you heard it. Federica. All right, y'all. I'm gonna backpedal and push that pop on out of here, big baby. Oh wait, yes, do that tomorrow, Roger. Absolutely, I'll probably come here tomorrow. I promise. Okay, I'll come here in some way, for shape, form, or fashion. I'll be here so we can go over some of those election results because y'all been here with me. I love y'all so much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.